Hello everyone, welcome to Get My Class. Today we are going to solve this question which says, what are test tube babies? Option A, babies formed in the test tube. Option B, in vitro produced zygotes or embryos produced. Option C, fertilization of ovum within the female body. Option D, same as insemination. So let us understand the question. It says, what are test tube babies? So what do you mean by test tube baby? Is it that the babies are present within the test tube? No. Okay. Test tube babies are nothing but the babies, or you can say usually the fertilization is done in the test tube or in the lab condition. Okay. So here what happens is here the in vitro fertilization is performed. In vitro fertilization is performed. That is in the lab. The fertilization is done in the lab where the male and the female gamete will be. Suppose this is a petri plate, or even you can consider the test tube. So here you have the ovum. So the sperms will be allowed to fertilize the ovum, and that's how you get the zygote. And further, the zygote, or you can say when the zygote is in the form of a small embryo, which is up to 8-celled stage. Okay, 8-celled stage. Each cell is called as a blastomere. Remember that. Okay, that time they will transfer into the uterus of the female. Actually, in this state, they will be transferred in the fallopian tube. Fallopian tube. Okay. If the zygote has been undergone further division, and from zygote it has become more than 8 cells, then it will enter the morula stage. Okay. 8 to 16 stage, we call it as morula stage, right? Okay. So at this stage, it will be transferred in the uterus. Okay. So depending upon what is the stage or what is the state of the embryo, that particular, if it is 8-cell stage or below, lower than that, then it will be inserted or transplanted in the fallopian tube of the female, or if it is more than 8-cell stage, it will be transplanted in the uterus of the female. Okay. So this such type of babies where the fertilization has occurred outside the body in the in vitro condition, such babies are called as test tube babies. Okay. So let us understand, and let's understand each and every option here. Option A says babies formed in the test tubes. Babies are not formed in the test tube. So please remember that it is just the fertilization process and further slight embryo growth, which happens in the in vitro condition. Okay, but the development of the baby has to occur in the womb of the mother itself. So that is ruled out. Option B says in vitro produced zygotes or embryos produced. Okay, then option C says fertilization of ovum within the female. So if you talk about the option B, in vitro produced zygotes or embryos produced, yes. So these embryos or the zygotes will be transferred to the mother's womb or the fallopian tube. That is why these are called as test tube babies. Okay, and not because of the formation of the babies in the test tube. Now, option C says fertilization of the ovum within the female body. That happens normally, so that you don't call it as a test tube baby. Okay, hence it is ruled out. Option D is same as insemination. Insemination is nothing but release of the semen containing sperms inside the vagina of the female. Okay, that is released by the artificial method, not the natural method. Okay, so but that doesn't mean it is test tube baby because fertilization is happening inside the body, and so it is ruled out. So let us conclude the answer. So what is the answer? The answer is option B. I hope you understood the explanation. Thank you, everyone.